to sit on my donutty pillow. My bum still hurts a bit from falling down the stairs. Start things up. Check, check, 1, 2, check, 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 check. All right. So you guys are probably all expecting the STS video. You'll have to wait out for that a little bit because the pile of footage is so darn big that it's hard to overlook, and I still need to create the storyline. So it will take some time to get that out there, but I'm working on it. Hold on to your horses. But in the meantime, we saw some pretty awesome news in the community. There's a new Onewheel on the market. Not a Onewheel, a Floatwheel actually. The Floatwheel Mini. Tony dropped a video about all the specs of the machine. If you want to have a deep dive into the tech specs of the whole board, definitely check out the Floatwheel video. I will just go over the highlights of this board, which seems very playful, but I'm a bit disappointed. Because it's not really what I expected. I'm still awaiting the long-awaited XR-compatible platform from Floatwheel, which has been announced a while back, but we never actually saw it. This board more seems like a pint S-shaped board, but with very handsome specs into that machine. So let's dive into it. So first off, in the video we see that the rails are CNC milled and all the extensive material has been removed to make it as lightweight as possible. And it really seems that they put some good thought into the physics of this. That makes me really curious how that board will hold up underneath the feet of a rider like Jaffa, for instance. If you have such riders on such constructions, very curious if it will hold on. It is Pint S shaped or pint shaped, which is not my favorite board. That's why I'm not really a big fan from the start, but it does look like a Pint S, which they tuned in more for freestyle. And I'm still curious how that rides because I've never ridden a Pint S before. They also did some work on the motor. They shrunk it to actually make it a mini Onewheel, and they managed to keep the same power as the GTS powertrain from Onewheel, which is pretty phenomenal in such a small package. That means that you have the torque of a GTS into the package of a pint, which seems pretty darn amazing power-wise, and just the whole thing together looks about 10 kilograms, which is a super light board. I have my growler. I've been trying to get to the lightest package possible, but still in an XR frame. And that really seems like a travel board to me, the one that Tony has on his hands there. And for the riding experience, it seems that you can go 20 miles per hour on a 60% duty cycle. That's around 30 to 32 kilometers an hour without feeling the pushback, which is awesome because for a lot of riders, that's the cruising speed that they are hitting constantly. To be able to ride at those speeds without pushback is pretty phenomenal. So that should be a smooth ride. It gets me tickled. Since everything is coming in such a light package, they had to add these thingies inside the core to export the heat a lot easier. And there's also an airflow system, which looks pretty funky in there to make sure that your motor stays cool. They also seem to have a new type of cell for the battery. The ones that we mainly use are about 10 years old. He's now tapping into a tabless technology in the batteries, which should have I have to look here, an improved discharge rate for the batteries, which basically means that you get a more optimal discharge and a better ride for that battery. So pretty curious what that will bring to the game. Could be a game changer. Controller-wise, it seems to be the ADV controller in there, so something that is pretty familiar for a lot of you guys. I've been able to test one as well, and it's pretty durable. And in the meantime, Tony has his hardware locked in, so that should be a pretty smooth and stable ride. Tony mentioned that there will be about 50 beta boards out there. Well, bad news there because they are already sold out. But good news for the Belgian community, because apparently 2 of those boards are on their way to Belgium. So once they hit Belgium, I will definitely reach out to those people and see if we can go for a test run and see what the board will actually bring and if that shape of the board, the Pint S kind of shape, will do the trick for me, because I've never been a fan of the Pint. Now this board seems to be a Pint on steroids. I am still waiting for that XR platform. Tony, if you see this, don't disappoint us. The XR riders still want to have some XR compatible stuff from Floatwheel. We are awaiting that. So a quick interlude for this. Now I got to get ready to go to France to the Float Connection. I also started my own business, the Electric Brain Movement. If you want to make videos and you have an electric brain, check it out. It's on YouTube and on Instagram. There's some stuff going out that should help you get on your way and get that idea chaos into content. Other things that I should mention. Yeah, I will work on the STS video. It will take some time, but it will be a banger.
Oi, dude.
Yeah, you talking to me?
Don't forget to mention that you released your first drum and bass playlist on your channel. It's buzzing.
Right. You think they'll like it?
In the UK they liked it, so spread the word. Aren't you the one that is always yelling, "Ayo, let's go"?
Okay, so I love to write texts and lyrics, and I wrote a few. I dabbled with some AI music to make a few tunes, and I made a Onewheel drum and bass playlist for you guys. So if you're into that, check it out.
There you go, that wasn't that hard. Now play him a sample. Ayo, let's go.
This is one of my favorite skills, reporting you about all my thrills. They don't even have to pay the bills, they are for real, they give me the chills. We don't ride straight, we bend the line, through the chaos, lost in time. From dirt to streets, we amplify, every second electrified. Take that road, one wheel, one crew, one spark. We ride the dark till it turns to heart.
I might not be able to sit properly, but that doesn't hold me from dancing.
And on that note, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Peace out, and I'll see you on the next one. Bam!